Please welcome Beth Bears.
Hi, Drew.
Hi, how are you?
I'm so excited to meet you. I'm such a big fan. I'm totally geeking out right now.
Oh my gosh. It's funny too, because when you came on the screen, I was really inspired by your hipster meets like Little House on the Prairie, Laura Ashley Lockett, like tiered blouse vibes.
I mean, you said my dream word, which is Little House on the Prairie. I basically belong in the 1800s, but I live here now. But that kind of seems like the theme of COVID, right? Like everybody just has weird hobbies like baking bread and churning butter like they did in the 1800s now.
Yeah, I was reading that like you learned to knit with like Sally Field and Kat Dennings. Is that true?
That's so true. Well, Sally, I had to knit in a movie that I was doing with Sally Field, but Kat had to teach me how to knit because I totally didn't know how. And then I got to set and got really nervous in a scene with Sally Field. And then Sally had to fix my scarf every take because I messed up so bad in each take knitting. But
Oh my God, Sally.
knitting is the one 1800s thing that I can't pick up.
How fun to have Sally Field help you do anything.
And that Max Greenfield too was in that movie. We were both like at the first day of rehearsal, it was just me, him, and Sally. And Max and I were like shaking. I mean, we were both just so nervous to meet her, but it ended up years later. Max and I now play husband and wife. So it was like the perfect first job because there was so much pressure on it.
Well, thank God you guys had each other for support. You know, Max has actually been on this show, and he was a really good sport because he put on all of this makeup. Yeah, and then...
Oh my God, he's never looked better.
He was so awesome, but he put the makeup on at the beginning of the interview, and then we got to some sort of serious subjects, and there he was with this crazy face of makeup. And I was like, gosh, Max, I probably should have waited till the end of the interview to have you do the makeup. He's like, yeah, probably, but he was just so cool. What a nice...
He's literally the best TV husband. So I could not ask for a better group. The whole group at the neighborhood. I've been very lucky, like you were saying with sitcoms. I don't think I'm the good luck charm. I just think I've just literally been in the best environments. You know, Kat Dennings with Two Broke Girls, and now Max and the cast of the neighborhood. It's just been such a blessing. And I just hope I get 10 more years of great people on television.
It's funny, too, because I was reading in your thing that you were working as a nanny and a bartender when you got Two Broke Girls. Is that true?
Oh, yeah. I was a broke girl 7 days a week. I was like working full time. And actually, I didn't even own a pair of high heels. I went to my audition for Caroline Channing in cowboy boots. So Michael Patrick King, the amazing creator of Two Broke Girls, called me for my final screen test and was like, do you own like not a Little House on the Prairie dress and like heels? Like, could you wear something Upper East Side? And I was like, oh yeah, totally. But I had no money because I was a real broke girl. So I went to Nordstrom. I kept all the tags on my clothes and the like label on the Steve Madden heels that I got. And when he hugged me at my screen test, he's like, are there tags all over your clothes? And I was like, well, yes, because if I don't get this job, I have to return all the clothes. I can't afford them. So I was a total like cowgirl trying to pretend she was Upper East Side.
Well, I actually read that you're a cowboy boot enthusiast, so of course that's what you were wearing. But that being said, I loved that detail because I think there are a lot of aspiring people out there that it's nice to know that your life can change and that you can follow those dreams and they can be realized.
Absolutely. I was writing Funny or Die sketches, and that's what Kat Dennings, Michael Patrick King, and Whitney Cummings saw that got me the job on Two Broke Girls. And that was something I made on an iPhone myself, you know? So, yeah.
I'm speaking of iPhones, I understand you have countless poems on your phone and that you have put your poetry out into the world. By the way, what do you think of Amanda Gorman? I'm freaking out.
Oh my God.
A Star is Born.
So much. I met her. We did a benefit at the Geffen Playhouse here in LA for Dick Van Dyke. And we were both at the event. She was reading a poem she wrote for the Geffen, like a commission. And I bonded with her right away. And then to see her at the inauguration, it was like, she's finally getting the due she deserves. I mean, I'm no Amanda Gorman. My poems are like nature birdie sing song compared to like her changing the world. But but I am a huge fan of hers, and I'm just so glad the world sees now what I saw a few years ago.
You know, I am just so excited to have gotten to talk with you today. I've had the fortunate pleasure of hanging out with Max in full makeup. Kat Dennings is a friend of the show. She's already been on twice. I'm just obsessed with her. I can only imagine what 6 years and continued friendship is like with that wonder. And you deserve the good groups. You are in the good groups because you help make them the good groups. Thank you, Beth Baer, so much. And The Neighborhood airs Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern and Pacific time on CBS.